I'm glad we are not blurry. We're just traumatized.
Hello.
Oh wait, the trauma's.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
And welcome.
We'll have a therapy
I'm
lesson.
Milo. I'm going to be the storyteller this evening, and we are playing a modified version of Changeling the Lost. And by modified, I mean heavily modified. So if you hear information that might not be correct to the lore or the way that the first or second edition is played, that's because I readjusted it. I will not take criticisms at this time. Who are you?
Is a loaded question, but tonight I will be playing Derek, the red cap good boy, who is very upset about the whole situation that's going down now, and will probably get more upset, and it's fine. Everything's fine. We're all fine here.
Who y'all see?
Hey everyone, I'm playing Sim, the fire elemental, and this is going to be interesting.
Mike.
Good morning. I'll be playing Dane, the the beast hunter heart, who's currently inside a church inside a woman's body. Don't ask questions. Don't.
I'm currently dressed as a man. And I will start with our disclaimer. This is an 18 plus stream, so if you're not 18, then you're 12. Please see yourself out. We also do not give advice on this channel, and we do not recommend trying, replicating, or repeating anything that's said or done here. This is make-believe time. That being said, what happened last time is everyone got together at the forge. Well, a larger group of changelings who are preparing to lay siege to the church. And this smaller group that met at the forge was for recon. So they discussed plans, they discussed abilities of various different kiths and seemings, and who would be playing what role. And then they all said their goodbyes, their last things, their requests, whatever they wanted to get off their chests should something go horribly awry at the church. Because while this is just recon, it is still incredibly dangerous. And after some tearful conversation, some heartfelt confessions, among other things, the group went to the church, where Dane, Bane, and Rebel went in disguise, Bane using his own abilities of mimicry, Jack transforming Dane and Rebel into Alpha and Azamara. They then went in through a portal Jack opened in the hedge, got dropped off in one of the underground areas of the church. The Darklings went with them, cameras strapped to their chests so that everyone could see and potentially hear what was going on. Everyone was wired up. Vera, the miner, the wizened, who's good with tech, setting up something outside so that the rest of the waiting congregation, should something go south, be able to see what's going on inside the church. Azamara Dane was confronted by some guards, almost blew their cover, but they moved on. Little Meg and one of the other maidens went around and started to decay the fence so that later on breaking in would be easier. She was successful in her mission. And the others watched on the cameras as Dane went room to room. They heard some interesting things, and they saw that some of the menagerie, these abominations, these creations that had a half-life, have been fully fixed and are fully functional and are so incredibly close to what an actual changeling looks like that it would be very hard to determine, should any of them end up in a freehold, to tell that they are not changelings. And the amount of them now wandering around is surprising and slightly alarming. And then Dane ended up walking into the Dreamer's Den. Kind of one of the unknowns. There was an assumption about what happened there based upon questioning that occurred. Odo was able to give a little bit of insight into that, where Dane, Bane, and Rebel, and all the people still hiding in the shadows, saw a changeling, two changelings, one sitting in a chair, eyes closed, clearly asleep, and the other one laying on a bed, eyes closed, clearly asleep. Dane, Roe, Savannah, and Spindleclutch recognized this changeling on the bed as Topaz, one of the North Ward victims, a friend of theirs, a fairest, a bright one. And with contracts of dreaming, knowing that this other changeling, it was definitely inside her dreams, doing something. Will saves were rolled, and the entire North Ward failed their will saves and are currently very angry and upset and not doing super great. Meanwhile, the group outside is watching as this starts to unfold on the cameras. So, we're going to go ahead and start with Sim and Derek. You hear Savannah let out this horrifying shriek, which is very similar to what you heard at Dr. Cassidy's when you broke in Sim. Derek, it sounds very familiar to you. You can do the same thing. You make the same sound Savannah is making. You scream. Roe also lets out this shriek. And I'm going to describe the changeling that you all see sitting in the chair.
Okay.
He looks a little bit like an elemental, a fire elemental, but something is wrong with him. Instead of red flame or just like that glowing orange, the way that Sim and Koi and Meg have exhibited, his has this weird greenish tint to it. And every once in a while, he'll breathe out, and this black smoke comes out of his mouth and nose. And Dane, you can smell it, and it smells horrific. It's toxic smelling. And so you guys see Savannah and Roe, after basically letting out these horrible sounds, start walking away from you towards the church.
Yeah, Sim's gonna...
Derek's gonna grab Roe.
All right, go ahead and roll a strength brawl if you have a specialty in grapple.
Sim's gonna rush forward and just kind of go adjacent or kind of intersect where Savannah's walking and listen. Please listen. I totally understand that this is an absolutely fucked up situation, but we cannot lose our cool right now. We have people inside. We have a really bad situation. It could get a lot worse. We need to give them time, and we need to be able to make sure that Dane and the others can get out safely. Can you please listen?
Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna roll something for Savannah then. Oh yeah, no, Roe's not that strong.
No,
I'm gonna go ahead and
like, we have to wait. We have to wait. Remember, this is the plan, and then we're gonna get him out. We're gonna get him all out.
Oh, come on, where's my thing? There we go.
It'll be fine. It's green. It's green.
We'll see how the dice box is feeling today.
Sassy.
Oh, it's good. Savannah listens to Sim. She got
That's
to, because
wonderful.
Dane was mentioned, so she got to re-roll the will save. So you see Savannah visibly calm down. She still looks pissed
Mm-hmm.
off, but you
Understandably so.
understand that now she's like, okay, I'm gonna wait. And she'll walk over to where Ro is essentially kicking Derek. Ro's not physically strong. With her weird, she's very strong. She
Otherwise.
probably could break out, but Savannah just comes over and like plucks her out of Derek's hands and just kind of
There we go. Yeah, see, think of the bugs. You have to go home because the twins need to have more adventures.
Oh.
she Ro will actually kind of smile at that. And
Chain happens.
Dane, you also failed your save. You see Spindle Clutch starting to climb out of that shadow, and then all of a sudden gets pulled back down. Yeah, we rolled for this. He didn't win that contested check. It's fine. It's yanked back into the shadow. Pretty much.
Dane's
What?
just staring at this fucking elemental.
Mm-hmm.
Not getting a good track record with elementals with Dane.
Jeez, what a boy. And he's gonna put his hands in his pockets.
You see Rebel reach out as Alpha.
I forgot she.
Yeah, she little right now. She's reached like she's a child.
What?
Don't do it.
And why the fuck not?
Because if you try to harm him, he will wake up. We don't know who this is. We don't know what they're doing.
Don't care who it is. That's Topaz.
I don't know who that is.
I do. That's what matters, doesn't it? And he's gonna take a step forward towards the Changeling.
Rebel's gonna reach out and just you feel that static start to coalesce. And that's when Jack walks up. The two, you hear her go, "That's Bastion."
Derek's gonna look at Sim.
And Rebel will pat Dane on the back, and a small shock goes through you. Enough that you're like, holy God, why? And not enough that you're hurt.
He's right
Coming
there.
back here on
Sim.
the way out.
So Sim's gonna talk to Vera, message them.
Vera will tap out. That's Bastion Moore.
The moment he was shot, he was gonna turn and start walking out of the room.
Yep. You hear that message as you're walking out of the room.
Can we take him?
If his face was to go white, it would.
I mean, he's in the dream right now.
You step out of the room, and that's when you hear Copper say, "Spindle Clutch got left behind."
What?
Huh?
Where?
You guys can see on one of the cameras the faint outline of Spindle Clutch because Copper is holding him,
Got it.
and he looks unconscious.
Spindle is unconscious currently.
Oh, Derek knows what Spindle Clutch is right now. With your contracts of dreaming, you would know too.
Derek looks at Sim.
He made the jump.
No, he didn't. Did he? Oh shit.
wake me up if it gets bad. And
Make clarity check.
hello, yeah.
Do you have eyes on the changeling?
Through the through it would be through the cameras.
That's why I assumed
We're
you
all
were
out of the
seeing.
room though. We're not in
So
that room anymore.
Wait, doesn't Vera okay? Correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Vera have access to the surveillance system? Did we not get that access? Okay.
See the
yeah, you
camera.
got the access to
Okay.
surveillance
Okay, that's
system.
one. That's one.
You can tell her to switch the camera. She can switch the
Absolutely.
camera.
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna roll. Make a dexterity.
The thing that I'm thinking
And a weird for me.
thing that I'm thinking though is, did we want to?
Derek. Uh-huh.
If it's Bastion, I'm wondering if we should nab him right now. But the thing is, there's okay. He's
Where'd my contracts go?
presumably
There.
Bastion's presumably tiptoeing through Topaz's dreams, and then Spindle just jumped into theirs, and then now we have Derek going in, so we have an Inception level event sort of occurring. I'm not 100% certain if we grab Bastion, if that'll affect Topaz negatively. That I'm not sure.
If we hurt Bastion, it'll hurt Topaz.
And I'm not intending to hurt Bastion, but I'm wondering if we can take him.
You got 5.
And I failed one of my clarity rolls.
Okay.
Have Vera message to Dane and Rebel and all of them. Is there anything there or nearby that you can render Bastion like fully unconscious? Like something you can inject into him, or something you can put over his mouth, or what? Because if we can actually induce him to just being unconscious, and then we can nab him out of there. We're in the den of dreamers.
You got
Maybe they have
Vera is knocking all of that to you.
maybe they have something that can induce unconsciousness for sleep. Just to make sure that he doesn't wake up.
We don't know anything about Bastion, Sim, and I'm ordering you not to do what the fuck you're planning because this is stupid. If Rebel thinks me attacking him in there, no matter what they were, was stupid, taking him out isn't gonna help. It's gonna make things worse for us. It's gonna make things worse for us in here because there's cameras in there and there's security watching.
We can change that though. We can. Then we're just gonna leave?
Well, this is recon. We now know what he looks like. That's a bonus we didn't have before.
And then Copper's just like, what about Spindle Clutch?
Is there anything you can do? I can't do anything from here. I don't know how any of this dream shit works.
I don't know either.
Alright. Hold up.
Sim,
Copper has no idea.
Sim, ask Derek if do to get Spindle Clutch out of that fucking situation.
Derek is unconscious.
I don't know them.
Derek, yeah, I'll message that to Dane. Derek took a leap already. I'm trying to sort that out from here. Fine.
What do you mean he took a fucking leap?
He's out and probably dreamwalking right now.
Where?
Probably going after Spindle.
Why?
I love those virtues.
Spindle knew the fucking risk. He fucked up.
I
Why
know.
the hell did Derek do that?
He
How did he do that? He's not even fucking here.
gonna ask him about it when he wakes up. Hold on just a second.
Wake him the fuck up. Kick him in the teeth if you have to. Take off his hat.
Hold on.
If he fucks this up, I'm taking the hat off him.
There we are.
Ooh, that'll hurt. So,
So while Sim looks up, the rebels just like, I don't know what's going on. You're talking to nobody right now. You know that, right? Because she's not hearing Vera.
I'm talking to the cat because they've got a person talking to me in the head.
Okay, that makes more sense.
That's
The
best.
sitting room you're in doesn't have cameras in it. The room you're in when you walked out, this one doesn't have cameras.
Mm-hmm.
He'll explain
Each
the
of
rebel.
the actual
who
dreaming
that
rooms
was.
does.
He'll explain to the rebel who that was. What's happening inside.
Mm-hmm.
And how pissed he's slowly getting. That aura Azamara had is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
I'm gonna give Derek a little bit of time, and I'm just gonna give him a few minutes. But if he's not
Okay.
done in a few minutes,
Thank you for
then I'm
buffing attack.
Derek, this is what you see when you enter the dream. You see Bastion Moore standing in front of an obsidian altar. There is a book, a cup, and a knife on this altar. It's in an ancient ruined temple. The temple has a mirror on each wall, an archway in each wall. Mirrors are next to the archways. Roots are growing down through from trees. There are flames on torches along each wall. And you see Topaz, a very human looking Topaz, kneeling in front of the altar in front of Bastion, who is essentially telling her how terrible the courts are, how terrible the freeholds are, how she is basically just a lamb to the slaughter, and that they're going to use her, and that they don't care about her. And whatever lies they told her are not true. Now, you know from having contracts of dreaming that the more something like this occurs in someone's dream, the more likely they are to believe it, the longer it happens. It's basically brainwashing. You can do it to any mortal if you so desired. And then you see this bright flare up of green light around him.
so
And then you
did
see
that-
Spindle Clutch.
yeah. So Topaz is a changeling, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were hearing
She's
all
a bright
those
one.
changelings talking about us and how terrible. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Terrible.
Can Derek put 2 and 2 together to make 8?
How big is your brain cell?
It's a 1,
Do I have it right now?
maybe.
Go ahead
Oh,
and roll
Derek-
a wits and insight.
Hey, what's this good for you?
Mm-hmm.
It's better than intelligence.
True.
True. So
Okay.
When Derek steps into the dream, he's that hound made of blood and glass.
Mm-hmm.
2!
2. You suspect he's doing something really sketchy, and you're kind of like, it's not good. It's really not good. Not 100% sure exactly what's happening here, but you
Not
know it's
hurting.
bad.
He's not hurting her, though.
Nope.
So, that green light, Is that anything
Mhm.
like those dream poisons we've been seeing?
No, it's coming off of him. He's got a greenish flame to him.
I just
So
mean like
like
that
the way,
that
yeah,
that
no,
like
it's not like the poison you've been seeing
upsetting
before.
death. Okay.
Oh no, the color upsets you, Derek, but it's not the
Yeah.
poison that you've been seeing.
This is not good. It's not good. And Derek's gonna walk and slowly get bigger and bigger and dream.
Mhm.
That trail of dripping blood.
I'm gonna
I
need
think
you to
how
make
much
me a
it is.
a dex and stealth. And
Maybe
while we
try.
do that, what are you guys doing?
I wanted to make sure that Vera messages to Dane that Dane is aware that I'm giving Derek a few minutes and then we'll wake him up. But if we're not going to take Bastion, then we have the recordings, we have whatever information, but if they need to move on to a different room before, because here's the other thing that I'm thinking of, if things go a little sideways, we're still reconning. We still want to find out as much as we possibly can. So Dane and the team right now
Yep.
get a move on to a different room if they're able and if they can do it.
Question: did Sim
Yes.
say anything to Derek before he took and went? I can't let someone go in alone. That's not, and pass the fuck out.
If Sim had an opportunity to say something, he would have been,
Do
Very small window.
yeah, get back soon or I'm coming in after you.
All right.
So we need to
You-
get out.
What is your stealth roll?
I got a messy crit because I have my lost clarity.
You notice that you've left a lovely little blood trail behind you.
Mm-hmm.
So you just start rolling around in it a little bit.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh.
Yeah.
And while you're doing it quietly, 'cause Bastion only got 3. While you're doing it very quietly, you're just making a bigger blood spill, and you're just like,
So it's a quiet
It's in it
bloodbath.
for-
Okay.
yeah. Even though you're the thing that's dripping the blood and creating the pool of blood, you're like, it's so much blood.
It's dream wet.
It's a
But
dream.
he doesn't notice. He doesn't notice you because
Dream
you
bath.
did it very quietly. So you're just rolling around in your own blood.
And as he
This is
gets
a gross
bigger, the
conversation.
blood gets more and more, and it just yeah.
So you're gonna be doing that for a hot second before you're gonna do anything else. So,
Okay.
Dane, you get the message. Move on. We're still doing recon.
I fucking know, but you guys are. Copper, just keep your eyes on fucking Spindle Clutch. If he wakes us up, slap the ever loving fuck out of the old cunt.
Okay.
Uh,
He's got his body.
gonna head out of the room.
Okay.
Looking at the list of rooms.
Yep. You looked at all the ones on this floor.
I've done other ones on this floor. Let's go to the iron.
The iron room. All right, that's the next floor up, right? Or down?
Down, fourth. Yeah.
Down.
Same one as the menagerie.
All right. So you go down a floor. And you come to a room, and you can feel this room before you walk up to the door.
I just wanted to mention I'm giving Derek 5 minutes.
5 minutes. All right. So,
I can get Spindle Clutch out in 5 minutes once I'm done rolling in my own blood.
It's 5 minutes is not very long dream time, so but Dane is technically walking, but you can smell the iron in this room. Are you gonna put the code in to the door?
Yes.
Put the
As long as I'm
code
not.
in. You hear this clinking sound and a sliding sound, and then the door, like the other ones, pushes in and open up, and you notice this door is a lot thicker than all of the other doors you've encountered so far. And you look in that room, and top to bottom, it is covered in cold iron with spikes on the ceiling and the walls. And you can assume that what you heard was something sliding back into this extra thick door.
I'm not going fucking in there.
You see blood on the floor in here. You see the remnants of flesh that has gotten stuck to this floor, burned to it. Then make a will save if you're looking at the cameras.
It's a fucking torture. It's a fucking execution chamber. It's a fucking meat grinder. He's talking to Rebel.
Rebel is standing back from this room. She's just like,
Yeah, he's just explaining it to her.
no, can we break this? Close the door. Close the door.
He
You're
backs
good.
off.
You're good. She takes her hand, puts it on the panel, and fries it.
But they will eventually fix it. Hopefully, this is fucking finished by then.
Derek, you finish rolling around in the blood. You get to do one thing before Sim attempts to wake you up.
Yeah. Based on how that's going, Derek's gonna try and grab Spindle Clutch and pull Spindle Clutch out of the dream.
With your contracts of dreaming, you would know the only way to get Spindle Clutch out of this dream is to either get him to do a dream check or to hurt him enough that he dies in this dream.
Yeah.
So,
Wait, you said there was a
Spindle
book?
Clutch and on the altar in front of Bastion.
Derek, you can't read.
Yeah, though. And Derek has Cobble Thought.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That pulls an item from a dream out into the real world. How does it help Spindle Clutch?
It doesn't. I'm thinking about plans in the future. Because
Got
I don't
it.
actually have to remain in the dream to pull the item out. They just have to have the dream recently.
Mm-hmm.
One action.
One action. You would know that unless you kill Spindle Clutch in one hit,
Probably could.
that he's not going to wake up from that immediately because the dream doesn't physically hurt you until
And I
after
saw-
you've taken enough aggravated damage.
And everybody left the room, and I'm trying to figure out the layout. I'm still not very awake as a person. Not the character.
Okay.
So, Dane and everybody left the room.
Yeah,
So-
Mm-hmm.
we're Florida.
Then Spindle Clutch and Copper's carrying around Spindle Clutch's body. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Which means Spindle Clutch is no longer in the proximity of the dreamer.
gonna cause problems.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm gonna give you one action, because Sim is gonna wake Derek up.
Yeah. Because if I remember right, with Contracts of Dreaming,
You
if
have to be in proximity of the dream you entered, of the dreamers whose dream you entered into, which is Bastion. So if Bastion wakes up and walks out of the room, you can't go back to Topaz, because, well, it was a shared dream you entered through Bastion. He is your gate back.
so,
That's why dream
Spindle
walking
Clutch
is
stuck.
dangerous.
Yeah, Spindle Clutch is stuck.
Spindle Clutch is stuck unless Dane goes back into that room.
Yeah.
Copper doesn't have contracts of dreaming. He doesn't know that. He can't tell Dane that.
Nobody told me this.
That's because no one who's with you knows.
Yeah.
Spindle Clutch
There's
was the one that knew in Vale, but Vale is in a different room.
Yeah.
Vale would have been able to help, but she's somewhere
able to
else.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, there's nothing I can do in this situation, because waking up Spindle Clutch ain't gonna do anything. I can cause a distraction for Bastion though.
All right. You're more than welcome to.
So yeah.
This is going to be your one action. Now, Sim is going to have to roll to wake you up.
Mm-hmm. Now that I can see Bastion,
Mm-hmm.
does my fickle fate work?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what
It
I
would
can
have
do
worked
for the
before.
time. It would have worked before just because I can see his body. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I could put Topaz in a box. That's about
Get the
it.
body back.
That would be, hold on, that would be Phantasmal Bastion.
Bastion. Yeah. Make him think
Uh,
someone's trying to mess with Topaz's dream.
Oh, he's going to notice Spindle Clutch soon.
Yeah.
Spindle Clutch has been over in the corner gathering shadows, many mouths, extra limbs, building
what
himself
Derek-
up in the shadows of this temple.
So what Derek's gonna do is create enough of a distraction where you can get close enough, if you can, to wake Spindle Clutch up so it doesn't cause a problem. But that dream
Nobody knows that
poison,
yet.
I know Derek's gonna have to wake up to tell everybody. So what Derek's gonna do is take in that whole cage that he was put in,
Wait a second.
filled with that dream poison, and he's gonna surround the altar, Topaz and Bastion in it.
Mm-hmm.
Does Sim know that Copper took him away?
Yes.
Your watch,
You
you would have heard all of that, and you're watching the feed.
If that were the case, then Sim would have mentioned, or had Vera mention something about that for Copper to stay in proximity. If I'd had noticed that, then I would have said,
Okay.
I would have messaged, said for this to work, for Derek to be able to do what they need to do, Copper needs to stay in close proximity. Is there any signs? Is Derek like just completely unconscious, or is there anything possibly coming through, like any facial expressions leaking through, or something like that?
Well, for a while he
You see
was
happiness
smiling.
for a little bit?
Yeah. And
This
then
is
he looks
happy,
super concerned.
And then, yeah.
And then he gets that
First it
serious
was happy.
face that Derek gets when he makes up his mind about something. What was it that Onsil said about Bastion? That whole little speech. With
Which one?
being able to mess with the dream. Oh, about how Bastion was going to get what was coming to him one day.
I remember that. Yeah.
For that, what'd you call him? Oathbreaker.
Yeah, she called him an oathbreaker.
So Derek's gonna create that cage with the dream poison in it and have that speech reverberating inside with the
Are you
oxygen
actually
voice.
planting a dream poison in here?
I'm gonna have to do the clarity check. And I
Because that's gonna poison Topaz
hope
too,
that's
which will
two.
draw True Fae to her. Okay.
She's out of a
Their
cold. She
dreams are interlocked right now.
I know.
So
What was that, Mike?
Derek knows he can get his own dream poison out of Topaz, though.
that you can only do that when their dreams aren't intertwined, which means you're gonna have to make a special trip back and find Topaz.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're gonna have to hope that she isn't that a true fae. I mean, a true fae coming to church would solve one of your problems and create a
Yeah.
whole bunch of others.
Yeah.
So many others.
Yeah. No. That's Derek's
Okay.
plan.
Go ahead and roll.
Okay, I'm gonna make my glamour check.
If Dane tells Copper, his shadow, basically,
fine.
hey, you need to go
Glamour
back.
check. And I passed my clarity check.
Good. Copper will dive through the shadows back with Spindle Clutch.
Okay.
Alright, common sense part. Better use what's 4 dot. It's a 4 dot fucking merit. If I do that and send copper back, that means I have to then go back to the room to collect copper. Yes?
No, Copper can come back in the shadows. They shadow walk. You know that basically what Copper would be doing is abandoning Spindle Clutch in Bastion's shadow, so that way, whenever Bastion wakes up, Spindle Clutch is right there in proximity of the Dreamer, and then he would just come back to your shadow.
Oh yeah. If
They move with the shadow, unless they're trying to move to a different shadow, but they go wherever the shadow goes. So
if
they would have
if
told
Dane-
you that.
Yeah, if Sim told Dane that, Dane would have told Copper that, because Dane wants to kick the absolute crap out of Spindle Clutch himself. Being a fucking idiot.
All right. So Copper will
No,
go
you're
back
gonna
and
wanna
deposit
beat Derek,
Spindle
it's
Clutch.
How did he ever get a job as a fucking keeper? He's a fucking idiot.
So
And
that
then
is-
Copper comes back and tells you he's back.
Alright. So now use the common sense merit again. How much time do I realistically have?
Realistically, you have, with the common sense merit, this is a twofold factor. It entirely depends whatever the fuck Spindle Clutch thinks he's doing, because if Spindle Clutch wakes that fucker up, your window is. And because Bastion is completely unknown, that could be anywhere from 10 minutes to 6 hours. It depends on how long it takes them to fight in that dream. It depends on if Derek can get Spindle Clutch out of the dream. However, if Bastion doesn't wake up for a while, you have a good amount of time. Everyone thinks you're Azamara. No one's caught on yet, so you can just keep going. It's just if Bastion wakes up because someone attacked him, he's gonna know something's wrong. So realistically, you safely, because of common sense, probably have enough time to maybe look at 2 more rooms, and then you really need to think about leaving before you get caught.
Well, as I'm on the same floor as the menagerie room, and I've been there, but I've left Veil there, I'm gonna go back to get Veil. I'm sure she's done enough
Alright.
help with the.
Mm-hmm. Veil.
Yeah.
As soon as because she can sense the other Darklings in the shadows, she'll whoop back into your shadow, and you see for a bright second something that looks like stars glittering in your shadow, and then it fades really fast. As just the briefest indication that she has made the leap back.
I don't have.
Derek,
enough
what
time
did you get?
I don't have enough time.
6. Okay. The
that
cage forms.
cave, that smell feels like the
Mhm.
Onsil.
And you see, but as you feel Sim. Go ahead and how are you gonna wake Derek up, Sim?
Slap him.
Reach into one of my pockets and grab one of the treats, hold it up under his nose, and start giving him some wax across the face.
All right. All right.
It's like
You see,
his version of smelling salts.
as the dream starts fading, you see it flash. You see a flash of Sim, and then a flash of the dream. And what you see is Bastion breathe in the toxin you've just left, and that glow gets brighter, and his body flames. And the fire inside him gets brighter, feeding off of whatever this poison is.
Interesting.
Derek is going to, when he wakes up,
And you're awake.
set up immediately. What the fuck?
That'll draw someone over. That'll draw several people over. They're looking at the camera, asking what's going on. They see Dane just walking down the hallway on the camera, just, giving it a little bit of a strut because Rebel keeps reminding him he's a woman.
What's going? What happened? You're all right. What's happening? Go on.
He's talking to her. He's not hurting her, but he's talking to him about how awful changelings are, and someone needs to wake up Spindle Clutch, like right now, like right now.
Okay. Then Sim's gonna immediately have a Vera message to let's see who Copper was. So Spindle Clutch is left in Bastion Shadow though. Okay. Can Copper get back to be able to wake Spindle up?
You hear Copper say, "Yeah."
All right. Do it.
Very smart.
He ate it. Sim.
Okay.
He's green. He's green. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand.
I'm just gently like squeezing Derek's shoulder, just like, okay, listen, we'll sort it out, but let's get Spindle out of there. So, and then we gotta make sure that Dane and the others have as clear a window as possible.
What's your next room, Dane?
Well, I don't have enough fucking time to go to the room I really want to. So,
You can forego one of the rooms to get there, and that will be your only other room. Do you want to do that?
no, the room I really want to go to is the Grindel.
I know
I
you
don't
have
have-
enough time if you don't look at any of the other rooms.
I know. But I need to look at the other rooms first.
All right.
He's gonna go to the Watcher's room on the first floor.
Look. You go all the way back up to the first floor.
Okay.
All right. You have the code. You type it in.
Mhm.
You see a room full of people sitting and looking at camera feeds. Now you know that Vera is in the camera feeds just a little bit, making sure that eyes are turned away and things like that. That something goes on a loop conveniently when you walk by. There's about 5 people in here. You notice that same thing you did last time, where 2 of them have iron on their person. One of them also has like garlic. Being a changeling, you could tell there's salt in someone's pocket. Little things that you know to be the frailties that changeling have. But the other 3 don't have any iron, don't have any of that stuff on them. You noticed that before. It seems like some of the guards were unadorned, where others seem to be very adorned. And do you walk fully in? Because the door does alert them, and they kind of glance, and you see horror on the faces of some of them, and the other ones just kind of were like, "Oh, great, it's this bitch."
He'll walk in.
Yes.
Is everything ready?
For what?
Do you actually have to ask that fucking question?
Yeah,
Are
I
you
do.
everything ready in case?
Yeah, everything's ready in case.
Right. Walk me through it then. Just so I
Really?
know your memory's sharp.
All right. All of the iron weapons are ready to go. We also have most of the menagerie awoken. They're basically just one alarm away from wherever we believe a breach has happened, and Bastion will be woken up when that happens, and he'll deal with the majority of them. You know very well that he's good at that.
And I'll be there too, of course.
Yeah, that
Right.
was a given.
Thing is, we're gonna have to lift this lockdown at some point, otherwise it's gonna draw too many eyes.
Yeah, that was the
Big
plan. Well, we only need a couple more days. You know that.
When were you told to lift it? I was told to lift it tomorrow.
I was told to lift it when they released the rabbit.
It's a bit pointless though.
No, it's not.
Mm. But what you're saying is what I'm saying is a lie. You really want to do that?
It's a really good thing you didn't have an elemental be Asmara. Go ahead and roll a manipulation and subterfuge.
Yay!
So while that's going on, Derek's telling. So Sim, I went in and there's a pedestal, and you have this
Some
book,
glamour for this.
and I
Weird.
rolled to use my cobble. So
Cobble
Derek's gonna go and, like, reach into his hat and
You have
pull
4
out.
dots in dreaming.
It says cobble on here.
Yeah, it's a fourth.
I
That
think
is
that's
that at the fourth
Cobble
dot.
thought is the fourth dot of dreaming. I thought you
I
only
might
had
have
3 dots in dreaming.
3.
I do. I have 3 dots.
Never
Okay.
mind. So then Derek's
Yeah,
gonna start
the
sketching out
fourth
what the
dots
book
is
looks
cobble.
like.
Okay,
so,
roll me a craft and a dexterity. You can add 1 extra dice because Sim is an artist and you work with him. And you've watched him sketch plenty of shit, so I'll give you that. It's kind of a book. It looks
Kind of a
maybe like a book. It kind of hurts your feelings, Sim.
Yeah, so like there's a book and there was like you said there was a cup,
It was a cup, a golden cup.
a golden cup. So like it's trying to sketch out like what was going on, and I
It might not be a cup.
I poisoned him. I
All right, hold on. We have a cup. We have a book. We got an obsidian throne. And he breathed your poison in.
he breathed it in, but so I might have when you do that, it's kind of like when you put the thing in the trap and it draws the thing in.
Mm-hmm.
So we might find out where the Grindylow is. Or some other ones.
Okay.
Sim. They're not the best thing. You can barely discern what each of them are, and it's only because Derry explained it to you.
Okay. It's all good. All right.
Anyway, so
Hurts your
he
feelings
thinks,
just a little bit.
maybe the Ansel did it.
Mm,
Maybe. I
why'd you bring...
didn't have a whole lot
Sim
of
is
time
going to double check around when
do
Derek
things.
mentions the Onsel to make sure
Mhm.
that Roe and Savannah aren't in close proximity.
They walked off. They were talking to each other somewhere over. 'Cause, yeah,
Remember,
they're still in a bad mood. Okay.
that's the last fucking thing we need right now.
Oh, it would be Ro. It's fine. She'll just start screaming and draw everyone's attention.
So,
Okay.
yeah, just kind of put a target on yeah.
Okay. All right. So what
I didn't know what, and then there was blood.
Did you see Spindle?
Yeah, but he would have got stuck.
Okay.
I was gonna wake him up, but everybody was too far away.
Well, I hope we've taken care of that right now. So let's
Me too.
check back in with Copper, and we also need to see how Dane and Rebel are doing. They're in an interesting position right now, I think. They're going over something in the Watcher's room, the security for the church, and Dane was going along pretty well, but I hope things don't slip up for him.
There's something wrong with him.
Something wrong with Dane?
It's green. It's all green. Everything's
with-
green. Everything's green.
No, you mean with...
There's a
You
lot
know-
of things wrong.
You saw what Bastion looked like, Sim.
Mhm.
And you know that, especially as a Fireheart yourself, that's not right. There's something not right about his elemental form.
Does the form feel
It's
like
wrong.
it's corrupted in some way?
Mm-hmm.
And have I ever seen or witnessed corruption like that before, ever?
No,
Or even heard
you
about
have not.
it? Okay.
But you have people you can ask if they've heard of it. There are others around you who could answer the question because, again, they don't know what you know, so they're not just gonna give you exposition.
Understood.
You know.
Yep. Okay. All right. I'm making sure Derek's okay. Making sure Savannah and Ro are all right still, and
Mm-hmm.
I know Derek's as okay as he's gonna get, and
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Derek's clarity.
Sim will follow up with Copper and the situation in the Watcher's room.
All right. So here's the deal. As an ST, I'm gonna go ahead and roll for Copper because he's not super smart.
Okay.
So please forgive him his trespasses. I saw your roll and you successfully lied to these people, Dane. So what would you like them to do? What are you trying to convince them of specifically?
That the lockdown should be lifted in 2 days' time.
All right. They're fine. If that's what you were told.
I look trustworthy, right?
Hmm?
I look trustworthy, right? She obviously has
You-
a
you
hump
get-
about her, like,
Yeah, no, you get the impression these people just don't like her at all. And that they only listen to her because they have to, pretty much, because she can kick their asses. The same way you're probably like, yeah, I don't fucking like her either, but like, Oh,
Dane didn't have a problem with Azamara. She's just
Azamara?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Jesus Christ. It's fine.
Anyway, she's dead now.
Copper
It's okay.
punches the ever-loving shit out of Spindle
You're
Clutch's
welcome.
face.
It's okay.
And now I feel bad.
Forearms.
Yeah.
Now, you have to keep in mind, guys, timing right now.
Understood.
So we're going to probably end up doing a wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey thing. Not a retcon, but I don't know exactly what Spindle Clutch was going to do. And because of everything that's happened, they've had a little bit more time in Bastion's Dream to do some stuff.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to see what their plan was.
Yeah, it doesn't time.
And I'm going to have Copper do one more thing.
Sounds good.
He is going to use Balm of Unwakeable Slumber, which he will tell you.
Okay.
Which gives us more time.
Because he's already asleep, it's much harder for him to wake up. Because Spindle Clutch did not do that, but... Nope. Did I break it?
Maybe.
I did too. I know what happened here. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right. So they believe you. They're going to lift the wards up. What would you like to do? You see the whole interaction sim. You see that it has gone decently well.
Good.
I didn't put an extra space in this one. You do what I tell you to. I guess I'll just roll my normal dice. You can have your moment. Dice box.
Do I have one left? Or
You have one room left.
and we know what pretty much every room in this floor is.
Mm-hmm.
Because the workshop, the collection chamber, watchers on the first floor.
Yup. Ooh.
I'm gonna roll dice. You don't mind?
I don't mind. The dice box apparently minds. Oh,
So
good
the
job. Okay.
next room would be the wishing well.
Okay. So you go over. You type. Yeah, you put in the code. Door opens. You walk in, and what you see is a well. It's a room with a well in it.
He's going to look at the rebel.
What? It's a well. What do you want me to do about it?
Go have a look at it.
Why do I have to go have a look at it?
Because I've did everything fucking else. It's your turn.
Oh, excuse me. Bane,
Excuse-
you hear Bane laugh behind you, but it's the high-pitched giggle of Jack. Seems on par. Rebel walks into the room. She walks over to the well. And she looks down into it. At the bottom of the well, there are lights.
Dean's
So
behind.
she's just like, something's down there. Damn it, what the fuck?
I didn't say it wasn't coming in. I just wanted in case it pulled you in first. I want to know.
Pulled me in for it. Fuck you.
You're stronger than me. You're gonna be able to fight whatever the fuck it was off.
she's gonna jump down. And Rebel is you're gonna grab on?
You're gonna grab her.
What? There's something down there. Don't you want to see? You also see a ladder. The ladder is iron.
Little fucking alpha. No, we're having a time to jump down wells. Do you know what it is?
Well, we don't know what's down there. And that's when you hear it. You're arguing loudly over this, and you hear a bunch of voices screaming for help. Help us. Let us out. Who's up there? And you recognize some of those voices, Dane. This is where they're keeping the other changeling from the North Ward. It's a prison at the bottom of the well. I'm not going to make you roll a will save.
Thank fuck for that. Air free willpower. I would not have knew.
No, I'm not going to make you roll a will save, but you have found the prison. The only way up is an iron ladder. You can smell the iron. They're guessing that the iron is below, too.
You can
Also have a jack.
that plus also if you have coverings on your hands or protect your skin, iron affects you less, doesn't it not? Than direct contact.
As changelings, you can use a covering, and it will affect you. It won't hurt you. A true fae cannot do that.
Okay.
Even indirect contact will hurt a true fae.
Gotcha.
But the changelings are smaller versions of them. So as long as you have indirect contact, you should be totally fine. Unless you're having prolonged indirect contact.
Prolonged iron contact. Yep.
At least now we know where they're holding your people.
Yep.
If you go down there, you're not going to go. Go with the fucking ladder.
It's a good question.
Unless you can fly. Can you fly?
How deep?
No.
How deep does the well look?
Oh wait. Probably about one story below. So like it would be like jumping off the roof of a house.
Okay, so
get
not
down there.
Not as deep as I was.
It's not that far down.
Okay.
But there must be a way for the prisoners. They can't carry somebody up the fucking ladder all the time.
Is there?
We don't. I mean.
Message Dane and Rebel. Is there anything about this room or wherever you're at in a control panel, a control room, anything on the well itself that looks like a way you can manipulate the prison?
Odo told you about the prison.
Mm-hmm.
They're using fetch children to make a way. Like Jack and Alpha.
Yep.
Got it. Yeah, like what Derek was mentioning just a minute ago.
We have a jack.
You would need to bring your own ladder to get them out.
Or our own fetch.
Or your own fetch children.
Hi, Jack. He is saying this into the fucking radio, into the camera.
Oh yeah, Jack waves. Can't see her. It's fine. She's fine. She's just sitting there, like she's watching, and she makes little comments here and there. The comment that she makes, I'm gonna say that she'll make, is when she notices the guards in the watch.
Watcher's
My
room.
foot with them. In the watchers area, the security room. She doesn't note. She's like, all of the guards are supposed to be wearing iron.
All of them.
So you notice some of them don't have the iron. Dane's noticed a few. Every patrol seems to have a couple people not wearing it.
Dane has theories.
They must be doing some sort of other protection then. It doesn't require.
Dane has theories he's not
All
going to
right.
share right now.
That is your
I
last
understand.
room. So, are you calling to be let out?
He was just going to walk through the front door.
Question.
That's on lockdown.
Question
I know.
to Dane.
Odo doesn't have the lockdown codes.
Yeah.
Through Vera, question to Dane. Are you going to leave them? Are you going to leave those in the well a message? Are you going to tell them anything?
No.
Okay.
There's a reason for that.
Mhm.
It's a very sad reason, but there's a reason for that.
That's fine. No worries. Just checking.
He's going to walk into the hallway, close the door behind him,
Mm-hmm. He's gonna walk into the hallway and what?
close the door behind him,
Yep.
and wait for Copper.
All right. Eventually, Copper does come back, and he tells you he's in your shadow. Unfortunately, I will not be able to tell you if Spindle Clutch is with him until I talk to the player of Spindle Clutch, because a few things could have happened in that time. So I will let everyone know as soon as I know what happened, because I unfortunately don't know what Spindle Clutch's full plan was, and I know how Bastion would react to being attacked. So I have to wait until I know what that player they because he had a few minutes. Spindle Clutch had a few minutes of time, longer than Derek, and didn't get distracted by rolling around in a puddle. So I was on blood. So unfortunately, I can't tell you right now. So at the moment, assume that Copper has come back and said we need to leave, and let's just assume that that blanket statements anything that could have happened. So you know he's in your shadow, and he's like, "Let's go."
Jack, you know where we are.
Yep. Jack opens that gate, puts her arm through so that you guys can walk through.
Okay.
Gate closes. Everyone's standing around. People were watching the feed. Obviously, like I said, no one was going to give exposition or like stomp all over toes. So you can ask everybody what they thought. You can and any of those things. Savannah and Ro are standing there. Savannah runs over and basically tackles Dane as Azamara. Just
You do still love me, even though my tits are like this. He's gonna give her a kiss. He doesn't even give a fuck if he's female or not.
neither does she. She knows that it's Dane on the inside. Somewhere behind the boobs.
Well, do you mind explaining to me the thought process there about jumping into dreams like that?
What exactly do you want to know? Because you can hurt
Tell me
someone.
everything about this dream walking bullshit so I can use it against you at some point when you or him. Just points to Spindle Clutch or whatever. Because
Your shadow.
why?
Because you can hurt someone or you can learn things about them in their dreams.
Alright, and how the hell are we supposed to get you guys out?
You know, like you gotta wake up. And
How do we wake you up?
well, if you get super hurt in the dream, you'll wake up. If you hurt the body, you'll wake up. And sometimes if you wake the person up and they're too far away, you're stuck. And then if you go from one dream to the next, if you don't make it back to the original dream, you're stuck.
So, if I had told Copper to slap the absolute fuck out of Spindle Clutch in my shadow, he would have woke up.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Because you can make it so you can't wake up, too, sometimes. I don't know how to do that, though.
The more I learn about this dream stuff, the fucking weirder it gets. Right.
But Bastion's been talking to people in their dreams. And
Did
Derek
Bastion
will hold
see
up
you?
his picture and be
It's
like,
not
"There's
good.
his pedestal with a golden cup and a book," and he was talking about how awful changelings are, which isn't I know he's not a changeling, but he's a changeling. But there's something wrong with him. I don't exactly what it is, but I poisoned the dreams.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I
So
thought you said only True Fae could do that.
no, it makes it so you because I can eat it, but it doesn't
Yeah.
taste good.
Because the last time you mentioned something about someone's poisoned dreams, you said it was a True Fae.
Usually someone, yeah,
They can
that's
do that, yes.
they can. It makes it easier for them to find.
Somebody else from the crowd, you recognize them as Echo, the blood elemental, is like, actually, the reason that we don't poison dreams is because the true Fae poison dreams, and we don't replicate what the true Fae do. It's not good for you to do that. It's possible to, but then it spreads, and it spreads, and it draws the true Fae, because the true Fae harvest that poison, and that poison makes Arcadia grow.
Yes, so I put it in the dream. It's gonna throughout the church.
But how can you do it? You just heard what Echo said.
I eat it.
It's a
Dane's staring at Derek like,
it's a distilled version of what the
Everyone's
true
like-
Fae can do.
It's distilled, but it grows. It's the same way you can leave defenses in someone's dream. It's the same way you can fight in a dream.
The same way you can lock
Derek.
someone in an echo chamber and trap them.
Derek left a poison by creating a poison out of the dream stuff. That's the only way you can do it. Again, Arcadia is supposedly based on legend. Again, who knows with these things, off of the dreams of mortals. So they need to leave that poison. They need to harvest it to keep parts of Arcadia functioning.
I just poisoned a bunch of people.
I'll tell you what, guys. Whilst this is a lovely conversation to have, perhaps we should not have it right outside where we just broke into. And
I
got a lot of information.
was just about to say we should be
For all that.
packing up and getting ourselves out of here.
To the forge.
To the forge.
All right.
You're okay, Derek. You get back to the rug soon.
Sure.
Sim's gonna help get everything packed up, coordinated out, and everybody falling back to
Savannah, get Ro to hug Derek.
their
Okay.
their
Derek's super
locations
twitchy right now.
for dispersing
That's why I
from
said
this
Ro.
scene. Dispersing from the scene calmly, not
Yeah.
drawing attention to ourselves. We're not trying to make it. We're having a calm dispersal.
You guys are just construction workers, according to the newspaper.
Yeah. Just in case they're
Ro runs over and gives you a hug.
Derek lost 3 clarity.
You lost 3 clarity doing that?
Oh shit!
I failed 3 of my checks.
What was your first check?
The go to the dream. That I was good on that one. The other 2, technically, actually, I only lost the 2 because that one I couldn't do that contract.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because you
So you
didn't
lost
have
2.
access to the contract, so you had lost 2.
Derek's not okay right now.
You were at how much clarity?
Sim's gonna double time them back to their rug.
7. He doesn't want to be on the rug.
4. You have 4 clarity right now.
5.
You lost the clarity.
Last game.
You lost the clarity kidnapping Dr. Cassidy. You invaded her. Yeah, so you were at 7, you went down to 6, and you lost 2 more, so you're at 4. How did you
I
gain
can't
clarity
remember.
back?
Yeah, 4. I knew I did the math right. I forgot about Dr. Cassidy.
Yeah, everyone failed that check. Everybody failed that clarity check except Savannah. Because Savannah's already at she's at 5, so she had a lot more dice to roll than you guys did when
Because
you.
I'm at 6.
Yeah, that was from Dr. Cassidy. Everybody but Savannah failed that check.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Everybody lost clarity because of that. And then Derek went into Dr. Cassidy's dream, and I think you passed that one. So you gain another derangement because you've lost 2 more.
Yep.
We're gonna go ahead and take a break because Dana's gone and I'm about to have a disruption. So
Okay.
sorry. Can we
Yeah.
intermission real quick?
Yep. Everybody.
So sorry, you
Everybody
guys.
mute and
It's all good.
everybody.
We'll be right back.
Yep.
We'll be right back.
Okay, we're back.
So you get everyone packed up.
Mhm.
You drive to the forge. And Sim, you can tell that Derek is doing very, very bad. He's making these terrible whimpering sounds. He won't let you touch him. He won't let anyone touch him, even Ro.
He
Um,
bites Ro.
and she bites you back, but then
Mhm.
she pulls away. Derek is acting the way he did when you guys first arrived. When you made it out, someone would try to wake him up. He would lash out.
This is gonna be
You
a
get back. Do you want to say anything to Derek?
we
Mm.
Derek, we're going to we're gonna get we're gonna get through this.
We.
Yeah. Been here.
Mm.
We've been here before. I've been here before with you.
Mm.
And we've climbed out of this hole. And we're gonna do it again.
There's levels. Yeah. And spikes. Mm. 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 Mm.
And we're also gonna have a goddamn fucking talk about doing this sort of shit when we're on mission.
There's not a plan. There's never a plan. Everything breaks. Breaks. Mm. Mm. Mm.
Sim's gonna offer him the snacks if he'll take them.
Mm.
If he recoils, so just pull him away.
Yep. Everything smells like raw meat.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's meat. You hear him repeating that under his breath.
You get back to the forge.
Okay. Who all arrives back at the forge? Everyone that was part of the.
Everyone you told to. If you told anyone to just go home, to not worry about it, that you'll talk to them later, they'll go back to where they came from. They'll respect the fact that they realized something has gone horribly awry because Derek is freaking out. They would have seen Derek bite Ro,
Yeah.
and her bite him back.
I want a
They
small.
would have seen
Yeah. Definitely just
an
want a
instant
small group
change.
right now. We will hold a debrief on this, so yeah, gonna keep this group small right now. We'll just have ourselves, Dane, Savannah, Ro.
Okay. Jack will change back the two people she changed, and she will call Reed to come and pick her up.
Okay.
Before Jack
But she
does
will walk
go,
away from him.
before Jack does go, while she's transforming me back,
Mm-hmm.
you like to have a conversation with him.
All right.
How's your sister?
Cranky.
Was she always like that?
No, she wasn't always like that. She's just mad. time now.
Yeah, at least you're together now.
Hmm.
I will, however, ask for your help one more time whenever we do go into there.
Yeah, I can do that.
You sure?
Yeah. Well, you helped my sister, and she's only here because of me. So, you know,
I didn't help your sister. I helped you both. Still, your
well,
heart. I assume you want that back.
yeah. At some point,
I can get that to
I
you if you
figured
want.
it's not a pressing issue as long as it's safe for now.
Aye, it's safe. Most of the things.
I think we're about to have a cat. I saw it. If it's safe, then I can wait for it
Have
till
they
there's
give
an
you
appropriate time.
have they give you any word when they're moving you out to the other place with what's her name? Pippin?
With who? Pippin?
Pippin.
Not yet. I think they're gonna wait a couple of days just to make sure it's all safe and everyone's settled.
Make sure you bring Alpha with you as well. I
Yeah.
think you two should stay together.
Oh, he needs someone to help him.
Someone who's not tall, angry, and wears too much leather.
She wasn't really helping. She just possessing, I think is the proper word. Yeah.
Yeah.
The spider.
People there didn't
I left
really did
myself.
they? Fair enough. People there didn't
But
really like her,
that's
did they?
Didn't really what now?
Like her, did they?
No, of course they didn't like her. She was. Did you talk to her ever?
Once.
Well, she's not very nice and she's really strong. And so when you have a combination of someone who, you know, can finish the fight they start, it's really hard to like somebody like that, especially from normal people,
That's fair.
people that like those in the church. A lot of them are normal people, and she could easily kill them in a heartbeat without a second thought. So, you know, when
You
she's
said
mean and
some.
you can't say anything about it.
You said something about most of the people there having to wear iron, salt, or whatever, but a majority
Hmm.
that I saw, well, not a majority, but quite a lot of people I saw, as you know, didn't wear any protection
Yeah.
whatsoever. You've
Hmm.
been there. What do you think they were? You think they were part of the test tube babies?
Well, the thing is with the test tube babies, the thing about them is that they're not actually, they don't have an iron problem because they're not the same as you. They might look the same, but they're not. So that stems from somewhere. Azamara couldn't touch iron either, but I can.
Only what you're saying is they're a bit like yourself, or at least the
But
associate yourself.
no, I recognize those guards. They were wearing iron before.
Well, that either means they were lazy and didn't decide to wear it, or they either think they're too well protected, didn't need to wear it,
I got
or
what's going
something
on.
else has happened.
I'm
I
gonna go
hope it's
ahead and roll something for Jack.
I hope it's the first two.
Oh, that was glorious. Okay. There is a very distinct possibility that they are not who they appear to be. And Jack will take her own powers and shape her face to look like one of the guards you saw not wearing iron. And then she'll shape it back. Maybe there's someone who can't touch iron. I don't know though.
It's not that possibility because that that makes bigger problems. Could Pippin touch iron?
No.
Could Pippin
Or
touch
yes, sorry, Pippin could touch iron.
iron? Thanks, Jack.
You're welcome.
Alright, get you home. Get to your sister. Get her something to eat. She's too fucking skinny.
And there's a reason for that, but yeah, we can get her something to eat.
I know. I've seen some fat fucking satyrs in my time.
She'll call Reed and wait for Reed to come pick her up.
And Dane will make his way back to.
At the forge, everybody gathered. What would you like to say to the people? Or no, no one gathered. They left. You told them to leave, so you get back with Ro and
Yeah, we're dealing
Savannah
with a
and
small
Eric.
crowd.
Yep. Everyone else took off, so you guys get back.
Everyone else took off with the understanding, I'll make this very clear, that we will convene at a point tomorrow for debriefing.
Yes.
So.
Yep.
Well.
Derek gets out of the car, goes inside, goes up to the actual room, goes into the kitchen, and at the far corner of the kitchen, like hunkers down in the corner. He keeps trying to grab at something that's not there to kind of move it as he's trying to walk around.
He did this before.
I've never seen that.
Nope. Tim has. Like when they first arrived out of the hedge. And there are a brief couple moments, Derek, where like you think for just the smallest second that maybe it'd be better if you weren't here.
Yeah.
If you hadn't ever come back.
No.
And then it goes away. Yeah. And you remind yourself that no, this is better. It's better here. But every once in a while, the thought creeps back in of just, at least I was fed. At least I knew what to expect.
Hurts less. Hurts less. Everybody bleeds. Everybody. It's fine. Anybody. Fine.
Sim's gonna put together
I don't have to do the thing.
a tea. Gonna make some tea for him. And it's just like, your chamomile sort of soothing sort of tea. And once it's done, I'll place it nearby.
Derek looks up at Sim It's almost like he doesn't know who he is. And then looks at the cup like he doesn't know what he's supposed to do with it.
Sim's gonna kneel down and just gesture very gently up to their lips. Doesn't take a sip, but just gestures up to their lips and then reaches it out towards Derek.
Yeah. You know what that means? It means water. It means it's time to drink and eat.
Yeah.
So you lean forward and instead of taking a sip of the cup,
I don't have
you
hands.
just
Yeah.
and you drink out of it like a dog does.
Yeah.
Mouth splitting
What
slightly
happened?
open to do it. Repeat that, Dane.
What the fuck happened to him?
It's a consequence of the actions that he took. Going and walking amongst the dreams and doing what he did.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
No. No.
Not
No.
here. Not here.
No.
Let's go someplace else.
No. No. No.
You two stay with him while I talk to Sim for a second. You'll follow
Savannah
Sim.
sits down.
Yeah.
You'll follow Sim wherever we go.
We're gonna head towards the forge area, which is decently away from the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So, shall we address the elephant in the room, Sim?
Yeah.
He's using true fake contracts, isn't he? From your friend the Ansel, I assume.
I believe he does have some access to this. The only problem is that no. No, normally this is just something that we can cleanse, that we can take away ourselves. But actually
But
placing
you can't create them. Echo said so himself.
I know. This must have happened on the one time Derek had met with the Ansel once. Maybe twice. Without me being there. They must have entered into an agreement, contract. Perhaps this was part of the task that he's supposed to fulfill to get the hedge wand.
The hedge wand. I don't understand how him being able to use their contracts is going to help him get the fucking stick of destiny. What the fuck it's called. Each time he how often is he like that?
This is the first time this has happened since we've left. It's like we're back to square one now.
How much do you know about the Autumn Court? I mean, really.
Not a terrible lot, I must admit. I mean, I know bits and pieces, but
Unlike other courts, we value our weird more than acting more humane, because we purposely hunt and kill true fate.
Mm-hmm.
But we would never use a contract because that would destroy everything we were as a human. and we would turn into a ravaged fucking beast, a bit like what's happening with Derek right now. If he continues to use these,
Mm-hmm.
he won't be Derek anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll fuck off back to wherever the hell he was before, like a good little doggy.
Mm-hmm.
You're his motley mate. You need to rein him in somehow. Get him a collar with a bell on or something.
Actually, Dane, you would know that Derek does have a collar.
Does it have a bell on it?
It's got something on it.
Yeah, but I want one with a bell so I know where he's coming from.
That's fair.
No, you're not wrong, and I'm already considering steps to take.
Like,
Those contracts, whatever that is, they need to be. They need to be taken away.
just take a contract away. So,
If it can be bestowed upon him, why can it not be taken away?
I don't know. I didn't write the rules and laws of fucking fairness.
Well, neither did I.
But I've never heard of it. And
Either.
I'm only out of here 6 months, so maybe ask Savannah. She's been here 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
She might know more.
I'll definitely have a list of people that I'm going to talk to. It's either remove them or some way modify them so they're not.
We have modified versions of those contracts. It's what we use.
I know. But if he's able to tap directly into something that is going to glance around just to make sure nobody's around. The Ansel. Bestowed upon him.
You're thinking killing her would.
I don't know.
Well, I can't tell you if it will work or not. To be honest with you.
I mean, I want to kill her
If you
anyway.
kill her, perhaps
but-
there'll be no way to get rid of them.
Exactly. I'm going to have to. I'm going to have
Here's
to
the
go back.
important question now, Sim. We have 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
In 2 days' time, we attack because that's when they're lifting the fucking lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to be okay?
I wish I could say 100% sure he would be, but I don't know. And I, however, am going to try and take steps to make sure that he is.
Is there any? What did you guys do when you first came out? Is there a way where we can help? Valium. Something.
It was. I hate to put it in these terms, but it's like we're going to have to teach an old dog new tricks. We're going to have to. The process that we went through was reinforcement, support, recovery, therapy. There's people that we spoke with. There's resources that we turned to in the freehold to help us overcome what happened when we came out of the hedge. But that's time we don't have.
It isn't. Yeah, it's time we don't have. We have 2 days to stop the fucking church, and you guys have a month before something worse happens.
Less than that.
He doesn't know the exact amount of days because he was told about
Sim
it
would.
on the month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he doesn't know. He
Yep.
doesn't know.
Sim would know.
I haven't been keeping track of those days.
No worries. Yeah. I think this bears another talk with the Ansel.
I don't think it deserves any talk with the fucking Hansel. You're not going to get an extended amount of time. She may regain the agreement and give you less time. They fuck with you. They're a fucking keeper, Sim.
I know. But they have my motley made by the balls, and I need to do something.
They have your motley made by the balls, and they have you by the balls. They have you both by the. They're holding your cocks and dicks like that.
And not in a good way.
No, she's not fondling. She's not giving you a reach around. She's crushing them. And that puts Savannah and Ro in danger.
Mm-hmm. And the last thing I want to do is put any of you in danger. It's either dealing with the Onso, or we have to leverage something else to
You've
put.
already put Ro in danger by asking her to help Derek.
I know.
Which means I have to help her, and so does Savannah. So we are going to help. But we need to get him out of this rut. We need to get him back and stabbing shit again. However the fuck he does it.
I'm gonna go have some more. I'm gonna have a talk with Reed about this, and I know some other people that I can speak with as well. There must be some type of. Maybe there's a way that this can be. That this regression can be halted or in some way reversed. And through some means that I don't know if I have access to yet or not.
You could always try asking Rebel.
Suppose.
Well, my queen's not exactly around to talk to at the moment, is she? I can tell you something now. They don't really have very high clarity. They're not exactly human.
Okay.
And if anyone would know about the balance of scales, it would be someone from the auto court.
All right.
Someone better learn it than me anyway.
I probably should entertain another conversation with her anyway.
Just don't ask her to hit somewhere twice. My chest still stings. But we need to fix Derek.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to have an appointment with the doctor.
Question for you, Dane. With respect to Derek. Think this might be something of the seamstress's wheelhouse to take a look at.
No. 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 Fuck no. No. I don't know. I'm just saying no because we're not making another deal with another keeper. One is enough. Two is plenty. A third is a fuck no. Besides, I don't know what you can do. I'm not going to ask because then all the awkward questions will come out. And do you really want all those hands all over Derek?
Perhaps, though. Perhaps there is something that I can learn from her that can help Derek.
Then you'll be in the fucking same place he is and turn into a fucking fire pit.
I get what you're
You'll
saying.
have kids going around and saying "Kumbaya fuck ah." Jesus.
Anything's a risk in some respect.
If you want to do that with the seamstress, by all means, but on your head be it.
I hear you. I don't know. I have to talk to
I'll
some
be
more people
on.
first.
What time is it, by the way? In game.
Oh, it's about 4 in the afternoon. That whole shebang took you guys about 4 hours. Um,
I'm
so you
probably
guys
not.
got there. No, you met at. Hold on, you met at the Freehold at noon.
Mhm.
Yes.
That whole thing took about an hour, hour and a half. So it's actually about 6 o'clock. My bad. I forgot you met at the forge. Sorry, you met at
Okay.
the forge at noon. So it's about 6 o'clock right now. It's getting late.
Okay.
I'm not going to get much sleep tonight. But if you want to do these things, talk to Reed, whatever, about Derek, you're going to have to do it tomorrow, because if you want to come with me and sing the seamstress, I'm going to go pretty fucking soon.
You can make phone calls, Sim, if you want to walk and talk. Reed will answer the phone for you.
Yeah.
You don't
Because
necessarily need to
she
see her in
is.
person if you don't want.
Yeah, because she. Well, not that Sim knows that, but Reed is currently on their way to pick up Jack.
Oh, yeah.
No, with this conversation and all of that, she's already grabbed Jack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this you got to the freehold. You've been setting there. Tea takes a little bit to not for you to heat up, but like steep and then Dane was there, and now you guys are having this conversation. So she's gotten back to the freehold with Jack right now.
Okay. I can have some phone calls then.
He drives safely.
So,
Well,
do you want to make a phone call?
you can. One other thing I'll mention
Okay.
with Dane about is that we're also, as we've seen, discovering that there's a lot that these fetch children can do.
Which is why they need to be killed.
I know, but perhaps there is one.
I want. Yes, storyteller?
Jack is a fetch child. Azamara is a fetch spawn. You were talking about killing children like Jack right now. Just so you know, contextually, that's who you're talking about killing.
Yes.
Not the spawns, like
I'm
Azamara. They're
potentially referring to
different.
the spawns, yeah. And now the spawns we know have certain abilities, and fetch children have certain
They
abilities.
they the spawns steal changelings' powers.
Mm-hmm. But the main point that Sim wants to make is that maybe that is an avenue that we can explore. We're not certain.
What, hunting and killing fetch spawn?
No, not hunting and killing them. If they have something that can help Derek.
You're assuming they're going to help us. They're probably all like fuck. Also, they're like black unicorns.
I'm not making any assumptions that they'll help us. But perhaps they can be persuaded to do so.
How?
I have
And
my
in
ways.
what way? How are they going to help Derek? Take his powers away?
No. I don't think that all of them just drained powers. We've seen some pretty amazing things that these fetches do. I don't know what their limits are. I'm going to assume that there's more possibility until I'm proven otherwise.
And that should fucking terrify you, because it terrifies me. And I eat fear.
I understand where you're coming from. I'm not saying that I'm not concerned or afraid of it. But it's like...
You do know no one knew these people existed until just a fucking week ago.
Mm-hmm.
Ask any of the kings and queens of the court. They didn't know these things fucking existed. Well, I can't speak to them all, but no rebel didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Because fetches shouldn't be able to have children.
Mm-hmm.
Same way I can't have children. You can't have children.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not speaking for Derek, because God knows he probably got 40 of them.
Aw, the old litters.
But
I'm just trying to keep options on the table just in case.
I know, but by the rules of our entire fucking civilization, these things shouldn't exist.
And yet they do.
Which is fucking terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
And you should be terrified of even talk. I mean, look, remember Azamara. Azamara. He just says, Azamara! Like,
You made a
if
great...
they're all like fucking... And remember, common sense, how much knowledge would Dane Realistic have about fetches?
Not a lot. No one knows a lot about the fetches. No, and you're
Sounds like we need
6
to
months
talk
out of
to
the
a
hedge.
Fetch expert.
Yeah.
That's
So,
what we need.
like, realistically, fetch children and fetch spawns are things you never heard of. Now, I will give you the piece of information that Odo gave you about the fetch spawns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What Odo told you is that fetch spawns, well, no one knows exactly where they come from. The children come from true love between the fetch and whoever they end up with. No one knows exactly where the fetch spawns come from.
Mm-hmm.
But they are destined to be true fae and will voluntarily walk into Arcadia when the gate opens for them. And the only reason Azamara didn't is because of Alpha and Jack.
Yep. Dane will share that information.
Okay.
And that is how new true fae are born. It's from the fetch spawn. Bastion should have been one. Azamara should have been one. And Felix should be one.
I knew I was going to grab somebody. Oh well.
Oh, good point. Yeah, forgot about that. Was on your list.
Yeah.
You didn't see Felix. He was probably in one of the rooms in the butterfly garden. It's pretty extensive. It would have taken you far longer to find him.
Yeah. And he's going to share that information with Sim that was shared with me.
Okay.
And if these are, say, here's mad theory, right?
Okay.
Say these are the children of true fae, with all the badness that a true fae has.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you think a deal with one of them is going to be any different than a deal with the Ansel? If not worse.
You have a good point.
And like I said,
but
black unicorn.
yeah.
We don't usually go, oh, you're one.
The only leverage that we know that we have right now is with those hearts, especially a particular heart.
How many? Did we get a roundabout number of how many of the test tubes are cryo chambers are opened, or how many there were?
60.
60.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with those hearts, Sim, is that whilst we have 50 of them, we don't know how many of those were menagerie members or just regular Joes that were unfortunately enough to get indoctrinated by a fucking church.
Yeah.
So if we go around and start stabbing hearts, people will drop them left, right, and center, but we don't know how effective it could be killing kids for all we fucking know.
Also might be Northward members. You don't know if they stole the change.
The only one we know for sure.
One of those could have been Val's heart, to be honest. You don't know.
Is there a contract or a mechanism by which you can find out?
That we have.
Whose heart is who?
Yeah.
The true fae that took them out would know. Which means you have to talk to the Grindylow. Or a true fae that has the contracts of binding, who can take a heart out, would know who it belongs to, which again is also the Ansel.
Alright, Changeling with the contracts of binding.
Derek wasn't high enough, but you wouldn't
Fair
know
enough.
that till you talk to him, and he's
Although
not
at the
responding.
moment he would prefer to be
He's,
so.
he's not talking right now.
Greg is talking.
Oh yeah, no. Derek's saying
Saying
a lot of
very
stuff.
disturbing
Savannah and Roe are sitting with Derek, keeping a distance. They can tell what is happening. Roe is attempting to help, but she has very low clarity. So she herself is on the verge of not anymore. But she's pulled back enough that she's not. Derek, you know from Roe, this will pass at some point until clarity loss occurs again. And because of how low the clarity is right now, based on the reaction, every time one dot is lost, it's gonna get worse.
Mhm.
Whereas when Sim and Derek lost that first dot, they were kind of okay. It was a little bit of time. Derek lost a bunch in all at once and dropped below that halfway mark. And so it's going to be a little bit. And if any more loss occurs, it's going to get harder for Derek to resist going into the hedge.
I have to put him on a lead.
Right now, he's trying to figure out how to get rid of the chain that doesn't exist on his collar.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not gonna lie, Sim. Until he's better, I don't feel comfortable bringing him with us on the attack. It's too much of a liability. So if you want to stay with him and try to get him back to at least functioning, I don't blame you. But I do need to go and talk to the doctor. I know you wanted to come. But I need to do this today because tomorrow is fucking battle plan.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna take up most of the damn day. And there's some rooms I wasn't able to get into, and I fucking know she knows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably for the best. I don't need to mix myself up in another keeper's mechanizations at the moment. What? Sorry, you were gonna say?
I was going to say, because I know this conversation's gone on for a little bit. Do you want to call anybody, Sim? Is there anyone that you would like to make a phone call to?
Yeah, I'm gonna place a phone call to Reed as soon as I'm done with Dane. Yeah.
Okay.
Which we'll be wrapping up here in just a sec.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna focus on getting Derek sorted out, and I don't disagree with your assessment that if he's not ready, he's not ready. I want him to stay safe, and I don't want
So do I.
him to be
I
alive.
want all of us to stay safe, but
I know that wasn't a judgment.
I also know we're gonna lose a fuck ton of people.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ask who when the train said because you don't want to fucking know that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him to be one of them. Ro would be inconsolable, and she's bad enough as it is, but she's just screaming normally.
Yeah.
She loves that man like a fucking brother.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do everything I can. So
Let's get back to him anyway. I need to. Yeah.
all right.
I need to go make a deal with the fucking devil again.
All right. Stay in touch, and we'll need to reconvene a little later tonight for when you get back from speaking with the doctor. We're gonna have to debrief everybody so that we can make sure that we're heading into this eyes open.
Yeah. Also, if you can get a call with Nova going because did she see everything that happened?
Certain she
Nova?
did.
Nope.
Right, well,
You guys
did they not have...
only.
Okay, so we need to replay.
No, They were waiting for you to get into contact with them
Got it.
so that you can, also, I'm assuming that you texted Zara to let her know you made it back.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I also wanted to follow up with Zara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, they were just waiting. Nova was waiting for text. So essentially, when the operation was done, the minor woman Vera would have been head home because they were only a couple miles away. Her message would have gotten to Nova
Okay.
or one of the other people in charge of that end. So Vera would have been like,
Yeah.
Yeah, basic.
Text Nova. So
Yep.
make
a
sure she gets.
handy fucking ability, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Make sure she gets that footage.
Absolutely. Yep. So I got some calls to make. And
I've got a doctor to interrogate. See, we're rhyming.
and you've and you've got a doctor's appointment.
Mm-hmm.
I hate those.
Same. Hopefully it's not a prostate exam. Anyway.
And as Dane
Tim,
goes
go
on
ahead
his
and make
way,
your phone call.
I'm going to make my phone call.
All right, who are you calling?
I'm going to call Nova first. Real quick.
All right.
Get that sorted out.
Hello. How's
Hi.
it going?
Could be better. But I'll fill you in on that in just a little bit. At the moment, I need to coordinate with you with getting in contact with Vera.
Yes.
You need to see what was recorded from our infiltration. We have a lot to review. We need to get the debrief going a little later tonight for everyone that's involved. If we can pull that together. But we have... it's a lot. I'd rather talk to you in person, but I just want to get this started where we can get the information, start filtering down to the people that can utilize it the best. Obviously, that's you and your team.
All right. Do you have this Vera's number that I can write down?
Get that information over to her.
All right. I will call her here in just a minute to set up viewing that. Is there more?
There was an incident that happened while we were doing our recon, and Derek's not in a good place right now.
Oh.
And I need to get
Not in a good place. How?
You remember how we were when we first arrived?
I do.
Okay. It's a lot like that. I'm so sorry. This is not the information I wanted to be calling you about. I wish I had better news.
It's understandable. Well, it takes time to heal.
I'm going to try and see. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to try and see if I can help as much as possible. I'm going to call Reed right after this.
All right.
But yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Well, I'm here if you need me.
I do. And I'll talk to you later. I'll hang up and get on the phone with Reed.
Hey, Hello?
Hey, just as you're aware, Nova's getting in
Mm-hmm.
contact with the people that she needs to go over everything
All
that
right.
was to go over all the information and everything that was obtained during the recon, so we can get that rolling.
All right. All
Um,
right. That sounds good.
yeah, that's the that's the good news. The other half of this is that Derek is not doing so great, and by
Oh.
that I mean they're having an issue with they've regressed essentially. They're back they're back to more or less how it was when we first got out. And
That is something that happens from time to time. How bad is it?
it's not it's not very very bad, but it's not bad. It's bad enough.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Behaviors, reactions, mumbling. He'll repeat a little of what he's, just
Mm-hmm.
kind of rattled on, rambled along with, explain that
Yeah.
his actions have reverted to more canine like.
I remember when you guys first got here. I was the one that found you.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm back at square one and I don't know what to do.
Well, you can talk to somebody um, from the Autumn Court. They go through training. They're more powerful warlocks, trained to gain weird, gain the magic, but they have to train their minds to prepare for what it costs to gain it. So you can talk to somebody there and see if they know a method in which could steal Derek's mind a little faster. Um, but usually it's in preparation. They know ahead of time that they're going to do, and they prepare themselves for that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they have a method for afterwards should that preparedness not work, or if someone was ill prepared. But you can always ask.
I will. I'll do that. Thank you, Reed. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anything else that you need?
No, not at this moment. I'm just. I think that's a good plan, and I think it's probably better than some of the other options I was considering.
Like what, Tim? What were you considering?
Something more drastic, but I don't want to do that.
Keep me updated.
I will.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay.
Derek, time has passed.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Savannah and Ro are nearby. You hear the muffled conversation, very muffled, of Sim and Jane. You're fucking with stuff. You're fiddling with stuff. It took a while to go through the church. It took a while to coordinate getting back. It's taken a little bit of conversation, a little bit to set you up. Your mind isn't exactly perfectly clear, but you vaguely recall what you did in that dream. And you hear a voice inside your head say, "Hello, Garrett. I just received the most interesting phone call. I'd
Oh.
really like to talk to you about why I was being called by this person."
Who? Who called?
Bastion Moore said I invaded his dream. I really don't like to be accused of things I did not do.
You didn't do it.
I'm well aware.
You talked to Bastion?
He talked to me. That's besides the point.
Wait, no. It's an important point. If you can talk to him, that's an important
You
point.
probably could have too. He has vocal cords and a voice.
His church is on lockdown right now, though.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It's you can't make an appointment there.
What I am asking you, why this man would have made an assumption about me entering his dream. I've spoken to very few people who know who this person is, so that really narrows my list down, Garrett. So explain it to me. What would possess him to think that?
I didn't want to put words in your mouth. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure that I was correct. Is that the word correct? Yeah, correct.
You're going to come meet me.
Okay. Derek stands up, starts walking. So while this is happening while you guys are having this conversation, you can.
It's Sim is on the phone. Dane actually comes up to get Savannah and Ro.
Yeah.
Or I'm assuming Ro to find the market again. So.
Yeah.
He's bringing them both, but is this happening during our conversation or?
You walk up the stairs. Sim starts his phone calls, and you see Derek just walking away.
Yeah, Derek stands up and he's like rolling his shoulders and
Derek, where are you
with his
going?
fingers.
Fucking tackle him.
Where are you going? Derek!
His name's not Derek.
Derek!
Yeah,
We don't know where he's going. He
Derek doesn't think
was
you're
talking
to him.
to himself a minute ago, and then got up.
God,
Yeah.
good. Look at that fucking state of him. He's gonna kill some cunt.
What do you want me to do about it? He's gonna bite me.
Fine, I'll bite him. Dan's gonna walk up and bite him in the neck.
Roll an attack.
So yeah, so Derek's just like
This has gotten way out of hand so fast.
No, we're take care of it. like in his mind, just like I'm taking care of it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Actually, I'm very sorry. You know what happens if you hit me.
Well, he's not hitting you.
Okay.
He's gonna eat you whole.
Fair enough.
Oh no, Dane got bored.
All right, if you are actually attempting to do that, you're first gonna have to roll your bite to, and then I'm gonna need you to make the glamour check on gluttonous feast of health.
No, Derek's not gonna eat Dane whole.
I was like, if you're gonna, here's what you need to roll. I was gonna make
Derek,
it exceptionally high because you try to swallow someone whole. Like, I
the
don't think you
beanie's
could have
too
done
dry.
it.
Yeah, the beanie's too dry.
Like, I'm talking like you need to like get like a double critical fucking 13 fucking points to eat Dane whole. Also, Dane has a silver mask on his belt, so you would have gotten to it and flipped the fuck out anyways. Mm-hmm. And a silver ring on his finger. So, like, Dane, I'm sorry. Sim is going to hear the commotion.
Of course I am.
Yeah,
This is about to get loud.
yeah, Derek's continuing the conversation as soon as those teeth sink at the back of his neck. He's in the middle of the fight. He's supposed to win so he can eat.
Oh, dude.
Fuck.
How we doing?
Shit now.
No,
See? It's messy. Fine.
God damn it.
don't worry about it. No, don't get Savannah involved.
You don't even know what she said, Derek. So,
9.
you.
Mm.
Tastes like old country.
Okay.
I need Derek to roll me a resolve and strength.
Are you sure? It's not.
You don't know what this is for.
Okay. I'll do it. It's okay, Mama. 6.
Not bad.
Okay.
What was that for?
You'll find out.
I don't like how you said that.
Actually, it's probably better than what I had planned. So I'm just dead. I'm just going to shoot you in the kneecaps with the cold iron bullets.
Oof.
Okay, that's fair.
Damn, bro. That's cold.
Oh, Dane wins the fight. Dane fights to win, and he'll cheat.
Oh,
Yeah.
dirty fight.
Otherwise, he's going to shoot Derek in the head.
How much
Derek
did you
doesn't
say you
have
got?
hands.
6.
6?
Resolve and strength, yeah.
Okay. So
Or
what
better
happens is from the other side of the kitchen,
Ah,
Savannah has stood up. And those tattoos of broken chains on her arms whip off, and one of them latches to your collar, and you get brought completely to your knees. Savannah said, "You need to sit down." And you're going to do it because Savannah said it, and she's given you a command.
Yeah.
She has used Bind the Unchained. You have to listen to Savannah until you beat her score of 12. with that same
Derek
roll.
Derek would have done it anyway.
No, I see Dane's mind going there.
It's,
Dane bites into a
it's a really good ability
I
that she
got
got.
a lot of
So
possibilities.
and Sim, you've just got off the phone call with Reed. You're like, do, and you hear
The fuck?
loud sounds. You hear Savannah give a very clear and distinct command.
Gonna go rush down there. What is going
And
on?
Dane is bleeding. Derek's bleeding.
Yeah,
Savannah, you
Derek's
see
like
the chain.
beating off, soaking up pieces
What's
of the
Ro doing?
blood. Yeah.
Oh.
What did Derek do?
Ro is actually going over and healing Dane right now.
Okay. All right.
That's what she's good at. She has no idea what the fuck is happening right now. She's just like
What did Derek do to Dan, by the way?
You bit into
bit
him.
him.
He turned
what did you
and grabbed into your side,
Oh, with claws?
trying to go for the guts. Oh, no.
No,
Oh no, you don't have
The terrible
claws.
teeth.
That's right. The teeth. Got it. I was thinking
Okay.
of something different.
As Derek's on the ground and Rose healing me and he's chained, I'm pulling that Luger and pointing at Derek's skull.
Derek's not there. Derek's
Sam,
just
you have to help Derek, Sim. He's your motley mate.
I know. The fuck is going on here, and I am going to heat the gun up in Dane's hand.
Ooh.
With the bullets inside?
Are you sure you want to do that?
I'm gonna heat the handle specifically.
It's an old
Actually, you know
gun.
what? You know what? Nah, I'll just burn your hand.
Why not?
There you go.
Derek's
what was
sitting
that?
down being a good boy right now.
Oh gosh.
So that would be. I gotta pull out my contracts.
All your damage is healed. Ro got the same amount that Derek did when. So all of Dane's damage is gone. Completely healed by the power of spring. Wee.
The power of friendship.
It's not what's happening right now.
Failed the glamour check, but that's okay. All right. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 5 on Fire Within to just burn Dane's hand.
Your
That's
hand gets
holding the
burned.
Oh, I'm gonna drop
Like
the
Which
pretty
hand?
badly too. What?
Which hand?
The one holding the
The one
gun.
holding the gun.
That'd be funny. You'll drop the fucking gun and just turn to Sim. You keep your fucking motley mate under control, or I will destroy both of you. Understand? Do that again to me. I swear to God, the Ansel will be the last of your fucking worries.
You can
Ro
get your.
needs to make a will save.
Yep.
Ro's
Your
got
boy
such
was
bad
out
willpower.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
Derek.
good.
Yeah, Derek pulls. Like, you watch Derek. Derek's unfazed, just pulls off the beanie, starts making
Ro's
sure all
gonna be the
blood-
voice of reason here
Yeah.
and be like, I am going to go ahead and point out your flaw. You attacked him first, Dane.
You did mention biting him. I thought it would
He
calm
bi-
it.
He bit me and then I bit him. And the only reason I'm pretty sure we didn't fight is because I backed way the hell up.
I didn't get my chance to back up, did I?
I get that you're mad about everything, Dane. I understand that. But you started it.
And do we know where he was going?
No, but you didn't need to bite him.
And what would you have done, bro? Sweetheart.
I could have done something different, as you damn well know.
I actually don't.
Ro,
Derek's just staring
so
at
sorry.
Savannah right now.
It's a hollow. It's a hollow, so apologies, Sim. But basically, Ro just holds her hands out and vines and thorns and basically hedge like things just encircle the entire kitchen. Try to get out.
I forgot about that.
Sim's gonna go over
Yeah,
and
I make jungles.
check Derek.
He's staring directly at Savannah, waiting.
Savannah's just standing there being like, I don't know what's going on anymore. I did a thing to stop him.
Derek, can you tell me what you were going to do? What's going on? Why were you leaving?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm supposed to go meet her.
Don't say anything more.
You know what? Thank me later. Let him go, Savannah. And Dan's gonna, Ro, please, we're leaving.
Vines go down.
Pick up the gun. Look at his hand. Clench it. Walk out.
Savannah will snap the chains. It's her ability. She can do it at any time. She just leaves. Ro stands there for a second and is like,
No disrespect to
I'm
your
very
mate.
sorry.
No disrespect to your mate. But if anybody pulls a fucking gun on any of us, I'm gonna melt his fucking lungs out. You hear me?
I bit you?
I will remind Dane that I made a bargain with you to help Derek.
Please tell me she don't tell me that threat. Please tell me.
Toddles off. She will later when you've calmed your balls down because Ro knows you well enough. She's going to be like, you really pissed him off.
Turn around, walk back, and start shooting.
Yeah, she's not.
Yeah.
You have rage. She's not going to tell you that right. So this is where we're going to go ahead and leave it with Sim and Derek in the kitchen, Savannah, Ro, and Dane leaving to go speak to the seamstress. Ta-da!
Huzzah.
I hope everyone had a good time.
Yes.
I got a little tense there.
Church.
Say that one more time?
Got a little changeling standoff there for a second.
We're not a motley, so yeah.
No. We're all in this together, but there's no ties that bind. Derek doesn't know who Derek is right now.
Anyways,
Yeah,
Stop.
you can thank me later, Sim.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everyone had fun.
Yes.
Good
Yes.
good morning, evening, night, whatever time it is. you
Whoever's
watch
watching, who's ever
We
watching.
did it.
Yes.
this. And welcome to the collective.
Welcome to the collective.
Take care,
Of
all.
hearts. And make him dance. Peace.
And